I am Michael, aka Rickshaw, and you are nerding out with Rickshaw. And you're also nerding out with.
Hey guys, I'm Fuzz.
What's up, nerds? It's Rabbit.
And I am Toby. Do we want to go ahead and get into the Kraven discussion? Because that's really the only entertainment news.
Yeah, you know, it's big enough in pop culture to where I feel like we all four of us can pull it up on our phone and like scroll through Facebook or Instagram, and we're gonna see a lot about it. You know what I mean? So, I think that it's real stupid as of right now to continue to try and make movies if you're Sony and they don't involve actual Spider-Man. You know, where we've come from Venom, which was like everyone's like it's acceptable. I kind of think it's stupid. But,
the first one was fine.
Yeah.
The first one was fine. The second one was hot garbage.
Yeah, and the third one, as like the end of this trilogy, like it doesn't seem to offer much in the trailer. It's just kind of like me and Venom are going back out on the town one last time. We found a horse.
We're gonna sit on the beach.
Yeah, dude. It's just like me, myself, and Irene, but like comic book based. You know what I mean? Like he's got a split. You know what I'm saying? Like the back and forth is great, but at the same time, it's just like, all right, why do we have to keep? Come on, Jim Carrey did it a long time ago. Let's be
Carrey already nailed that one.
Yeah. Price check on Vagisil.
The one thing I will say about the Kraven the Hunter is that I watched the newest trailer today, and it reminds me of. You're gonna hate me for saying this, but like first phase MCU movies, it really is like it reminds me of a Captain America movie, but it's like Safari Captain America.
Right.
Dude, I'd watch
and
that.
I think if they nail it, it could be cool. That's all I'm gonna say.
But would you put your money on this? Right? Would you?
No.
I'm not putting my money on it's gonna be badass. I'm just saying that by the trailer, it looks like Safari Captain.
But that's what so like let's just say there was even like let's play a game right now. There's like hardly any stakes involved, right? They're like you could either go to the movie, watch Kraven, and if it sucks, you get no hot dogs for 3 weeks. Right?
That's fine.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Oh, you're fine giving up hot dogs for 3 weeks just for this?
You don't want glizzies? You don't want a glizzy?
Wow.
I only eat hot dogs like once.
I think you underestimate.
I would literally be like, I'm not risking 3 weeks of hot dogs on this fucking movie.
I think you overestimate the amount of hot dogs. It's very low.
Okay.
I don't know. There was a point in time where Rabbit was all about his glizzies. He was all
only
about
when I'm
his
golfing.
glizzies.
Only when I'm golfing.
Okay, no glizzies, no glizzies ever again on the golf course. Would you risk that on this movie?
Well, they
got chicken nuggets, right?
No, they got the sausage. They got the sausage wrap. I don't need a glizzy.
Wow. Okay, no good snacks.
It's a loophole.
No good snacks on the freaking golf course. Never mind. I'm just trying to stress you wouldn't bet much on this movie,
I wouldn't
right?
bet. I wouldn't put money that this movie's going to be good.
Right.
I'm just saying by the trailer, it looks like it could be the best of the Sony non-Spider-Man movies.
Right. I mean, that's. But anyways, Okay, so also we got Morbius from Sony. We got Madam Web. We're fresh off from Madam Web.
Madam Web was so bad. It was so bad.
But so the guy that's directing this movie, the fun part to think about him saying this in an interview, he said, okay, for one, since they've delayed it, he had some time to go back and do some reshoots, and he knows that they're at Sony, they haven't been doing great, but he said he's hoping that with all these reshoots that he's going to raise the bar to at least Venom movie status, right? So I was still kind of
wow, so the bar's on the ground? Bar's on the ground, baby.
So you're raising the bar up to like people going, yeah, that was passable. I still don't know if I'll watch it a second time, though.
All right, I have a question, though. A serious question.
Go ahead.
If the movie turns out to be actually good, will you admit that it's good, or will it always be bad because it's Sony and doesn't have Spider-Man?
I mean, if it's remotely good. I
You
can
know what I
admit
mean?
that it's good. I mean, you act like I can't admit when
Not you. I guess I'm not like.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you
It's
can't.
more of a
You have
question.
hard
It's
time
more of a
doing
question
that.
for the group, not like.
Yeah.
Not a question.
See, you
for
just
Mike.
took that personally, Mike. So we know where you stand on it. Admitting you're wrong, but
Oh no, I mean we
It
all
ain't it.
want.
Here it
Listen,
comes. There it comes.
we all want those movies to be good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
No, we
whenever
don't.
you
No, we
know, at
don't.
the end when the credits roll, it's a big piece of.
Just say no, we
it's a big-
don't.
Listen,
No.
I'm just saying we're gonna have to
hold
wear
on.
our fucking sleeves to the movie because we're gonna have to.
Do you
wipe.
think the internet will actually admit that it's good if it's actually good?
No.
Or will it
I
always
think
be
that.
bad?
Well, the thing is, I think that the internet is so polarizing that like if it does do good or like if it's like people actually like it, there'll be a trend about it and it'll write it up and it'll be like Sony made a movie. You know, you could actually see the
They'll get
Instagram
famous
reel
on
right
TikTok.
now. They'll be like, can you believe that Sony made a movie we all actually like? And then like, let's go to the internet to find out. And then like someone with a mic is like, how'd you like it? I thought it was kind of okay.
No,
I hawked two
Dude,
on
is-
it.
yeah,
And
hell
then that
yeah.
goes viral.
Well, is
But-
Jared Leto starring in it?
Well, no.
then
But,
it's not,
I mean-
it can't be good.
I
No,
do
it's
like
fucking,
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Taylor Johnson.
Yeah,
He's
I like
actually a
him.
badass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is a
I
badass.
don't-
But
I don't know who he is, so
Yeah, you do. He's kick ass. He's kick ass.
he was also in
the movie Kick-Ass.
Bullet. He was Bullet
you
Train.
You mean Jack Black in Orange County when he said, I didn't go to college, I'm kick ass.
Wow.
No, I mean he's
Wow.
kick ass.
I'm not hearing the difference. So
Okay, whatever.
Anyways,
Jesus.
there's a lot of things that come along with that. Like does Sony, if this movie bombs just as hard as Morbius and Madam Web,
no, they put out a fucking
What
Venom
happens?
4. They put out a Venom 4 if this movie
You-
bombs. That's
so
what they're
you-
gonna do.
no one thinks that they will ever just be like, all right, Marvel, we'll
No.
sell you more of our characters to fucking make good, you know? Like,
Well, I think they're gonna keep this. They're making movies to keep the licensing. It seems like because that's what they used to
Yeah.
do with the Fantastic Four movies. From what I understood, is like
Mhm.
they would who I can't remember who did the Fantastic Four movies. Was it Fox?
yeah.
So they kept pushing out Fantastic Four movies. So they kept the rights to the movies. So I could see Sony just keeps putting out bullshit just to put out bullshit because they know it's going to make some money because it's Marvel. And at this point, it's become the meme of like, oh, how bad is it going to be? I think people went and saw Morbius to see how bad it was. Like,
Well, you see the what bit him in the ass on that one though too. Like even
the
even
re-release.
Sony, Sony was like, they're like, man, Morbius is trending right now. Everyone's talking about it. Let's put it back in theaters. And they put it back in theaters and it bombed again. They're like, wow, like it bombed twice. We have a movie that bombed twice. So I'm sure they're scared of the memes now.
I'm
So.
kind
No.
of excited to see this Rhino though. Rhino, I think might be like. I know
Is it the Ace Ventura Rhino?
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, but it looks more like a comic book accurate Rhino though.
I
That's
can-
the Rhino I want to see in.
So look, I mean, like
fucking Jim Carrey, and
Dude,
you're like, wait a
Not in
minute.
these.
I didn't even watch this trailer. I scrolled past it. I was like, well, this is gonna suck. So I just kept on scrolling.
so that's the screen grab of Rhino. So it actually looks like a suit that's like molded to his skin, and
It looks like he becomes the
Yeah.
Rhino.
It looks
like
looks
a-
like the Thing fucked a rhino. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because in the trailer you see his skin like turning like
Mhm.
grayscale, like
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
And they admitted too that in the original cut of the movie, that was gonna be like an ending scene to kind of set up what might be next with Rhino in the movie. But then they decided with all these reshoots, because everyone was saying stuff about Rhino in the trailer, they added him in the movie a little more. So like third act, kind of thing. So it just sounds like everything sounds already so Sony.
Yeah, but this is happening.
We're gonna throw it in there last minute.
This is happening with
Hope for the best.
with Captain America, Brave New World. What's it called? Brave
New World.
Bold and Brave is Batman. Yeah, so they did a whole bunch of reshoots. Like they had a whole part
but they changed the whole movie.
Right.
Because they're doing more towards mutants and stuff now. So.
Right, and they are getting rid of a lot of the Kang stuff.
Right.
For
right.
now.
Well, yeah. For now, yeah.
Right. But it's just like it's one of those things where they're like, why go in and do reshoots for like something I don't know, like something like, whoa, we need a CGI battle that like the fans are talking about it, and like, what are the fans talking about it? Really? You know what I mean? Like,
so my big thing with this is, okay, you go spend the money to do these reshoots. What if it doesn't make the movie better?
Right.
And so you just wasted this money on these reshoots. And like, come on, like they haven't made a good movie in a very long time.
No.
They really just need to stop. Like, it's so bad.
Like the Spider-Verse movies are the only thing they got going for them.
It took them 3 to get it right.
Yeah.
It took the third one was right.
What are you talking about?
Oh, the third Tom Holland one. The rest were all garbage.
Now, I mean, I know that Buzz, you have a particular, the way that you are looking at that
Set of skills.
All those movies are like billion-dollar movies. Like, so if you
I'm sorry that most people are fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, but when you compare the main Spider-Man movies to Sony's version of their villain verse, it's like all of the Sony shit has made next to nothing, and then like all of the Tom Holland movies are like billion-dollar movies. You know what I mean?
Because people are stupid.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that I would erase all of the Sony movies to get more of that Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, or any Spider-Man. Just give the people Spider-Man.
Is it weird that they keep going to the villains and trying to make them like anti-heroes? I know like Morbius and Venom sort of are anti-heroes in the comics. It can be, but they can be villains too. So,
right.
But like they've just went straight up. Let's just get one of a Spider-Man villain and make him the hero of this.
I think, dude, they're doing it to prove a point. They don't want to do it with Spider-Man. That's what I think. No, seriously.
Well,
because like they're like, no, we're gonna keep doing what doesn't work because we're trying to prove a fucking point. Because everybody told them that they were wrong.
They're still wrong.
And
like
even
one of these.
Apparently, Dakota Fanning, is it Dakota Fanning that was in
Dakota Johnson?
Yeah. She apparently let slip in an interview that she was like, well, most of the people at Sony that are involved in these movies are just like a bunch of executives. They're not like people that have a long track record of like writing good movies and like it's just like all executive shit done by numbers and done by like surveys and stuff. So that's what Dakota was saying. Yeah. She also said that like when she was hired on, they already like signed the paperwork and started doing pre-production, and she was like, man, I can't wait to like have this cross paths with Spider-Man. And everybody was like, oh, so you don't know, like this ain't that movie. So it's like, I don't know, like everything to me is like, I do want a good movie. Obviously I'd rather sit in a theater and watch a good movie than a bad one. But man, it's like, it's like when we talk about one of our friends from back home, and he has a track record of always being a silly douchebag, and Rabbit's but what if he's a cool guy the next time we see him? And I'm like, I want him to be a cool guy next time we see him, but would you admit that he's being a cool guy? It'd be hard for me to do, but I think I could do it if he was actually being cool.
Dude, but I just wish they would admit that they're wrong and just do more Spider-Man stuff. Like just be real with yourself. Like But the problem is there's too many dipshits that will go pay money. Mike, you're one of them because I know you'll go pay money to see it in the theater. Yeah,
I
you will.
haven't. No, I haven't been to. I didn't see Madam Web at all. Haven't seen it one time. Morbius.
I did.
Morbius. I haven't seen Morbius at all.
Okay.
Didn't go to
I
the
take back
theater
what I
for that.
said. Okay, I take back what I said.
I did. I spent money on Venom 1. I think somebody else bought my ticket for Venom 2.
I've only bought tickets to Venom 1. That's the only one out of all those I've seen too.
I watched Venom 1 and was like, man, Tom Hardy, what you got to do this for?
Well, it's like even with Venom 2, you have fucking Tom Hardy and you have Woody Harrelson in a movie, and you still couldn't.
Right.
Like
you
just
couldn't make a
just
decent
let
movie.
them have some scenes together. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to all be CGI bullshit. So it's like in theory that should have worked better than it did. So, but it didn't. It was pretty bad.
Damn, that band was dope.
Hell yeah.
In theory.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But anyways, yeah, guys, I think it's gonna bomb. I think it's gonna be a common trend for Sony to still do everything they can to keep the rights. Spider-Man. They also apparently are giving Marvel Studios a hard time about what they can and can't do with Spider-Man at this point. And every time they do make a movie now, they admitted this recently, every time they do make a movie with a villain involved, Marvel is legally not allowed to use that character after they've done it. So
Marvel should just do it first.
Well, so we can't have a Kraven the Hunter at this point. We can't have a Morbius in the MCU at this point. We can't. The only things we can have at this point are another Doc Ock, another Sandman, another Electro, and another
Lizard,
Green Goblin and Lizard, right? All the people, which sucks for us as fans, right? Because to get a new version of Spider-Man right now in the MCU, I would love to see people we haven't seen before. But now, because of all of this shit with Sony, they're already talking about how there's rumors that the MCU will recast and do a Doc Ock and a Green Goblin within the MCU universe, which is still
that's
cool.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
They need to be recasted anyways, you know?
Right. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. It's going to bomb. Most likely. What do you guys think?
Bomb.
Give me a 1. Give me a thumbs up if you think it's going to do well.
I'm holding out hope. But
It's going to do bad, dude.
it's not likely. So I'll give it a
Medium.
You're going to go middle of the road? I'm going to go
Yeah.
thumbs up that it's going to suck terribly.
Wait, so am I going thumbs up that it's going to suck terribly?
Well, yeah, because he was like, give me a thumbs up if it's going to suck. I'm like, wait, shouldn't we?
Yeah, it's gonna suck. Bro.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
It's gonna be fucking terrible.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, well, the action looks cool and the violence looks cool. Why don't they just make a new movie? Like, why do we have to use a name from a comic to make this movie?
Because comic books are cool. That's fine.
Well, and I think we were saying that off mic a minute ago, or maybe someone mentioned it. Like, if this movie wasn't tied to Spider-Man, if it wasn't Kraven, it might actually be pretty cool. Like if it was just something on its own, something different, maybe a new IP of some sort.
It's just the thing that always gets me. I know that I'm very close to the comic books, and that's what I'm always going to preach about. But like the reason that Kraven is so fucking cool is because he hunts big game, and when he finds out about Spider-Man, he's like, man, this sounds pretty sick to have to hunt Spider-Man. Like he looks like I'm gonna get all bricked up fighting this dude. You know what I'm saying? and like instead he's like, there's like all these things flying around that like in this version of it, he's like, he loves animals and he's like hunting other people that hunt. So he's like the hunter's hunter.
Yeah.
He's a
It's like Dexter.
yeah, and it's like, wait, what? And then it's like, does he have powers? Yeah, a lion bled into his wound. What? How does that work?
I mean, a spider bit you.
It was a
and you became
radioactive
Spider-Man.
lion.
It's kind of.
I know, but how? is that gonna be how everyone gets their powers in the Spider Universe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, I don't
obviously.
That's how comic books work, right?
My cat scratched me, and I woke up and I got all these
Catwoman.
cat powers, dog.
Yeah, little Shelly Pfeiffer, dude. That's what happened to her, bro.
My poop bit me.
Poop sleeves.
Now you must call me Poop Sleeve. All right. Let's get back to the chat, and then we can move on to the next thing. Let's see here. Laura said sorry, not sorry on the Shark Tank thing.
Don't be sorry. It's hilarious.
I read an
Don't you ever be sorry, Laura.
Mike Rearick says, I read an article that said if they keep making these movies, it prevents Marvel from using that character. Yes, sir. We just talked about that. Oh, he also said the bar is low there. Yeah, talking about, we want to take this thing up to Venom status, which is like, which makes us money, but everybody talks about how it kind of sucks anyways. Laura Estrada says Tusk. Why are we talking about Tusk now?
Oh, the rhino.
Oh, yeah. Y'all seen that movie Tusk though?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Dude,
boy.
that movie is so fucking
Oh, I
disturbing.
love Kevin Smith so much, dude.
Caleb says the sexual tension in this stream is off the charts.
You're
Man,
goddamn
you
right
can
it
see it.
is.
Yes,
see
sir. Dude, I'm so fluffed up under my desk right now, dog. It ain't even funny,
That's
dog.
what's holding up his microphone.
Yes, sir.
Dude, my fucking
Oh, no
Spider-Man.
hands. No
My,
hands.
my Spider-Man suit's so tight under these clothes. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm just gonna start wearing Spider-Man suit underneath my clothes.
Dude, that would be
dude.
so awesome.
They're like,
Yeah,
everyone's
I
like,
would
why are you
always wear a
sweating so
button-down
much? I'm at work. Why are you fucking sweating? I can see it like dripping through your clothes. No reason.
Just
No
leave me
one's in
alone.
trouble today. Mike Rearick, let's get us a legit Sinister Six. Yeah, that's another thing that they were talking about. Like in the beginning, they're like, "Hey, let's do a Venom verse where all of these dudes can eventually form the Sinister Six." Now they're just like, "Let's just make a movie that like people pay to see."
Let's just make our Avengers. The shitty
Who would they
Avengers.
Who would they even be fighting?
Yeah,
no
yeah,
Spider-Man.
exactly. Well, and that's another argument. I know that I keep saying we're going to move on, but another argument is like everybody is like, why haven't they just done their own Spider-Man movie and we could have two competing Spider-Man movies, right? You know, like give Andrew Garfield a third Spider-Man movie, and I'm, you know,
I'd
like
be
I said,
fine
I
with
wasn't
that.
big.
Honestly,
I wasn't
I
a
would be.
huge fan of those movies, but as long as it's separate from the MCU, I'm not, and it has, you know,
they've talked
good
about
things
doing
in it.
a different Batman movie. Like we'll have the Batman 2 with Robert, what's
Yeah.
his name, Twilight guy,
Pattinson.
Ugh.
and then they're gonna do an Elseworlds kind of Batman movie, supposedly.
Well, so no, they're
or was
right
that the
now they're
cartoon?
doing they're building up for like the James Gunn verse, but there's also still projects that are like Elseworlds. So the Batman would be the Elseworlds.
Oh, okay. So,
version,
but see,
right?
I
I'm
need
okay
a
with
Batman
that.
Beyond. Give me a Batman Beyond and shut
Hell
up.
yeah.
Let's just do
Yes.
that.
We've all wanted it. I think they could get away with doing that. I don't think the audiences are as dumb as they think they are. They're like, oh, but you know, won't they be confused? No, you've fucking recasted Batman 17 times now. You know, like we've had all these characters so many times.
Yeah, you got a sparkly vampire to play him last time.
we can tell. So yeah, that would be cool with a Sony Spider-Verse and then Spider-Man stuff in the MCU. That'd be awesome.
And it's like also you can all of these little things that Sony tries to do that like are counterintuitive to what Marvel tries to put in the movie to like make this path moving forward. If they just did their own version of Spider-Man and they threw all these little quips in there like that, they wouldn't mess anything up for like the MCU timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they've already tried doing that. Like at the end of Morbius, apparently there's like a scene where they like try to pull
The
Michael
Venom symbiote.
Keaton Vulture. They try to pull like the Michael Keaton Vulture into their universe and then like try to, you know, make it seem like he's gonna be a character in the Sonyverse moving forward, and then
The symbiote.
you know, the Tom. Yeah, the symbiote thing too. It's like at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, they give you a little tease of Tom Hardy in the MCU universe, leaving behind a piece of the symbiote. But in the trailer for Venom 3, they show you, oh no, we're scooping that piece of the symbiote up. You know what I mean? So it's like none of that. It's like they keep trying to like do these things that like are counteractive to like what we just saw in the MCU. So it's just like, dude, just make them separate. Like, quit fucking around, you know?
Just take the money that Marvel would give you.
Exactly.
Just be like, yo, hey Sony, let us use it, and we'll give you a third of what the movie grosses. There you go. You're gonna make a third of what that movie grosses with Marvel and Disney. That's what it would fucking make by itself.
Exactly.
Fucking Sony. So just stop being stupid.
Probably more.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's with all those things. It's seriously like it's like some English guy from the MCU reading a book, and he's like, "This is what happens with Spider-Man," and then some little kid that's Sony jumps in. He's like, well, what if he left his symbiote there and then we scoop it back up again? Ha 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 ha! And everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, quit.
Genius.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's move on. It's getting hot in here, you know? I'm gonna end up like Nelly pretty soon.
Dang, you're gonna go to jail over this Spider-Man shit, dude.
Oh shit.
Go on her.
Anyways, yes, let's wrap it up. Toby, tell us about your side gig.
I do a podcast, a retro video game review show called the Secret Levels Podcast. We usually go over one game per episode. We go over the history, the story, the gameplay, and some fun facts, and then we let you know if it's still worth playing at the end. You can also catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/TobyVonDoom. I usually play video games. This last Tuesday, we actually watched a Mega Man fan film and just talked shit about it the entire time. It was so much fun. It was so
Was it good?
Hell yeah.
Good it's definitely...
It's a strong word.
It's a word that I wouldn't have used, but I had fun with it. Let's put it that way. It was bad. It was so bad it was good.
What's up, nerds?
Oh. Hey guys, Rabbit, you want to take this one?
Sure. We are in a band called Terminated. You can follow us on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook,
Twitter, everything.
MySpace, X,
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Hey, what's up? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and you are nerding out with Rickshaw. And if you like what you see here, and you like talking a bunch of shit, then you should go on to all of our social medias. There they are on the screen. We're on all those. Hopefully someday I get on Twitch and play some video games for
I've been
y'all.
saying that for months.
Oh yeah, well now I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it this week. I don't know what day though.
Yeah, okay.
It could be Saturday night. You never know.
Week's almost over with. Go on.
But yeah, you guys should also go to Never Rest. We have a bunch of stuff. We have a YouTube. You know, you can just click it on. If you're watching this on YouTube and you got the bar loaded up, ready to type something, might as well check out Never Rest. Type it in. There's a bunch of videos on there, and we're gonna be releasing some new singles coming soon. So check it out. Add us up. Represent all that stuff. Buy a shirt. Come to a show. Come on a sleeve.
Emergent sleeve, baby. Let's do it.
All right. It's getting a little stuffy in here. I got a little tit sweat going, so I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna go pee and poo poo. So we'll see you later, nerds. Thanks for hanging out.